guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Transforming Foundation, which looks like this. I did get this from Influencer for testing purposes, and they sent me the color 25 Nude Beige, so I didn't pick out the color. So the color that I got was a little bit lighter than my actual skin tone, which you can see in the video that I will be showing you guys when I am applying the foundation. It is lighter than my skin tone right now because it is summer and I am darker. But I feel like in the winter, my skin tone would probably be this color and it will be a perfect match. So I am set for the winter. And while I'm using this foundation for the summer, I do have to use a lot of bronzer to bronze up my face so it doesn't look too pale. And you can't really see the big difference between the lighter foundation. So first I'm going to talk about the packaging. And the packaging just looks like this. It does come with a clear top and a pump, which a pump is always good. And I love foundations that come with pumps. It's just a lot cleaner and a lot easier to use. And the bottle is actually glass, so I do recommend if you're going to travel with this, because I know I will be traveling with it probably, I would recommend to put it into a plastic sandwich bag before you put it into your makeup bag or your purse or anything, just in case it does break. Then you don't have to be worrying about it getting everywhere, getting all over your items or your makeup or anything like that. So I do recommend putting that in a plastic bag or something just in case, because you never know if it breaks or something, and hopefully it doesn't break, but like I said, you never know, and it's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm going to talk about the coverage on this foundation, and I feel like you can achieve either a light, medium, or a full coverage with this foundation. For the light coverage, what I do is I use my beauty blender, and I would only use one pump of this foundation, and I just kind of spread it out on my face with my beauty blender, and it gives me a really nice light coverage. So my skin does peep through, and some of my dark spots do peep through more than they do right now, but I liked it because it gives me a even skin tone and covers a lot of the redness, especially when I'm outside. I blush a lot. I have natural blushing kind of, and it gets super red in my cheek areas, so this does help just to kind of tone it down a tad bit, so no one in the bus stop, all the other moms would be like, look at that girl, she's so hot, hot in the cheek zone. And so I like this for the light coverage with a beauty blender, and it just gives me a nice even skin tone. For a medium coverage, what I do is I use my brush. This is just a BH Cosmetics brush, and I just blend in a pump and a half or a pump or 2 pumps around there just to get it all over my face and down my neck. And it does do a really nice job at covering all of my redness and stuff like that just with the brush. It does cover it more than when I use the beauty blender, because the beauty blender does take some of that coverage away. So with the brush, it doesn't take up most of the coverage, and it still have a lot of coverage, so it does cover pretty well. And with 2 layers of it, it gives me this that I have on right now, and I actually really like it. Like I said, it does peep through a tad bit, but it's not too much for me. I feel like it's a good coverage, and it's not going to, you can't really see it that much compared to when I'm not wearing any foundation. And with the light coverage, it still kind of peeks through, like I said. So I feel like the coverage is really nice. This is my face without any concealer, so it does a really great job at covering stuff up, especially my redness on my cheeks. You can see that you can see my blush, but you can't see any of my natural redness and my redness on my pimples or a lot of my dark spots on my chin, because I have been breaking out like crazy, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's giving me a good coverage, and I really do like it. So you guys know that I am a normal to oily skin. I am super oily in my T-zone, and that sometimes interferes with my foundations, because I'm going to compare it for a quick second to the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. That one, I love that foundation, but in my T-zone, at the end of the day, I felt like some of the foundation was coming off of my oilier skin areas, and I was blaming it on rubbing off my face or rubbing anything because of sweat or anything like that. But this actually is pretty much the same thing. And even if I rubbed my face, even if I had sweat and the oiliness coming through, this did not budge. It was still on my face, and no matter how much I sweat, no matter how oily it got, it was still on my face. Now, I'm not saying that I was super duper oily, and I'm not saying that this is supposed to control your oils. This isn't to do anything for your oils or anything like that, but I do use like the MAC oil control lotion and more mattifying primer and things like that, so my oiliness won't come through as much, and then powder. So that does help with this foundation, and I do use those products for my oiliness, because if I do not use any of those products, I will get oily, like super oily, like I always do. And with this, I do use like my mattifying primers and things like that, so I won't get too oily. Now for the finish of this foundation, I feel like this isn't a matte foundation and this isn't a dewy foundation, like the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is more of like in the middle kind of finish. It's super pretty, and I like how it looks. It looks more natural, I feel. It doesn't look too dewy, and it doesn't look too matte, like too matte or anything like that. So I feel like it looks natural, and I like the coverage and how it looks on your skin. It just looks really, really nice, and really, I feel like it just looks natural. Like, you can wear this to go eat with your friends or anything like that. So I feel like this foundation's finish was really, really nice. So that is it for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if I do or not recommend this foundation, I absolutely recommend it. I hope you guys can try it out. Of course, you can always return it to any of the stores that you purchase it if you don't like it, but I really do enjoy this foundation, and I am pretty impressed with this foundation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!